the volume all the way up.
Check if the mic's on.
It should be.
Like, check if it's not muted on there.
What's better?
Hello?
That's good. I can't hear Bob as much. I hear you more.
You can hear me.
So
I
we're
can only
good.
hear Bob when he talks.
Focus!
We don't need to hear those guys.
Alright.
Okay,
You
how's
can
that? Are you able to hear me?
Alright, so 3.
What about the background noise? How's the background noise?
Oh, I can hear myself.
Okay, okay, so this is just a practice stream, so if we do get any viewers, bear with us. We're trying to get things right before our tournament. We are going to be fooling around with the audio volume a lot, trying to get this headset up and running. And hopefully, even if you don't watch this stream with us as we're live, it'll be available on our Twitch channel to watch after the fact for 2 weeks, I think.
You know what I was watching the other day? Someone posted on Reddit. The original Dingaroo.
What?
The 1.0.
Old school.
Dude, it was
Broken Dingaroo. Yeah, 2.0 is a much better system. So, now that I've got the audio volume working a little better, on our left we have Armando Zamora, Flying Whisper, Juke, Collision Detector, Fifth Brother, and Afterburners. Whisper's going to be coming in, flanking, being very hard to hit, and putting a lot of damage through with Juke and its auto evade. And it is accompanied by Rear Admiral Chirinu, who we're going to refer to as Rack for most of this stream. And he is loaded out with Lone Wolf, Darth Vader, Minister Tua, Hotshot Gunner, and Hull Upgrade. It's going to be a very beefy ship coming in, reinforcing, and just putting out a lot of damage with his force tokens and his turret arc.
You don't have trick shot, do you?
No. And on our right, we have Bobby Sanchez flying Captain Nim with dorsal turret, skilled bombardier, proximity mines, proton bombs, ablative plating, the Havoc title, and Genius. Nim's going to be coming in, bombing with all kinds of silly shenanigans, moving and then bombing, or dropping a mine at 2 range instead of a 1. And he can even hold his bombs for a couple of rounds if he spends his charge with his pilot ability. And then we have Iman Azamin, who is just as full of shenanigans with his pilot ability. And he drops bombs at a 3 hard turn speed out the back, or 3 straight, as well as a normal 1 drop. So he can be very unpredictable with his bombs also. And last but not least, we have Captain Seavor, who is just going to be coming in and using his pilot ability to cause all kinds of havoc for Mondo ships.
Systems.
You technically have initiative, so I think.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or not initiative, but your lower initiative, so you resolve
gave it to me.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your lower initiative, then your 5, and then it goes to me, I believe.
Well, it goes to my 4.
So who moves first and shoots first in this one?
You're 4 first.
Bobby has the initiative in this match? Okay. So as far as the pilot skill 5s go, Captain Nim will be moving first and shooting first, which will give Armando plenty of opportunity to reposition and dodge his arcs. Armando had the lower bid at 95 points versus Bob's 96. And that's why he was able to decide that he wanted to see everything Bob was going to do before he made his decisions.
Alright. 3 straight.
It looks like Bobby is trying to flank with Nim a little bit, coming in from the far bottom side of the map, trying to get in behind Whisper and maybe leave some bombs to try to get through Whisper's crazy defense dice while it's cloaked. Captain Seavor in the Mining Guild tie, ignoring asteroids, Getting a lot of use out of that awesome ship ability for the Mining Guild tie. It's almost like a mini Dash Rendar. It's a very cool little ship, and I hope we see more of it from Bobby.
Oh, that's me next time. 3.
Rack. It's 2 bank. Whisper doing a hard one.
Ooh, Whisper coming in behind the Decimator, trying to avoid all of Bob's ships who are fanning out trying to catch him. Smart move from Mondo. Don't want to lose Whisper. It's a great ship for the end game. He's going to want Rack to be coming in and taking most of the hits, and hopefully he's going to delete a ship or two before Rack goes down, which he most likely will.
Well, we don't have shots. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Alright, combat phase. It looks like the ships are still just out of arc. We'll probably get our first round of combat in this next engagement phase. Right now they are back to choosing maneuvers. It looks like Bob's going to want to be turning in soon, because he doesn't want to give up too many shots from Rack that are unanswered. Expect Nim to go fast. Well, as fast as he can. The Scourge Bomber, unfortunately, does not have the best dial. He does have a red barrel roll, though. Both players are taking a lot of time with this turn, trying to make sure they don't make any mistakes and let themselves get caught in an unfavorable position. It looks like Bobby is ready to go. He's got all his dials down. Armando is still waiting on the dial from the Decimator. Looks like Bobby's second guessing himself, leaning in, trying to decide if he did make the right decisions. Well, he's going to go ahead and take a look at Seavor's dial again, make sure he's not making any mistakes. Picking a evade. Ooh, we got a hard one coming from Seavor. Not bad. He's staying at hopefully at range 3 from any incoming shots, but he might be able to proc his ability. Ooh, Iman Azamin coming in quick. He's trying to get behind Rack. Which, it's always good. He does have a rear arc. He will still be able to get some shots off, hopefully, if Rack decided to go very quickly.
Rack is a 3 straight.
Ooh, and Rack did move fast.
I'm going to. Let's take a rotate.
Alright, Armando Zamora decided to rotate Rack's arc. It's kind of hard to see on stream. He did have it facing to the front and back of the ship before he moved. He spent his action to turn it side to side. So now he will most likely get a shot at Iman that cannot be answered because it looks like he is just out of that back arc of Iman Azamin. Ooh, and he's going to barrel roll with Whisper to make sure he doesn't take any shots either.
Okay. Goes to Rack. Yep. Well.
Okay, looks like Rack is up first.
Let's see. Arc for Rack. There's one. There's two. Want to hold him?
Okay, that is a range 2 shot out the side.
Or you could chain or checking.
I have Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf is active because Whisper is beyond range 2 from Rack. It's a pretty good flying from Armando Zamora there.
Actually, at the start of the engagement phase, sorry.
Oh, we have a missed proc.
My bad, my bad. I'm going to flip this. Okay. So I'll pop that. Either drop the focus or take a damage.
So it looks like Rack is using Vader to make Bobby decide if he wants to spend that focus token or take a damage. Vader is a very powerful card. And
Does it have another force?
No.
on Rack,
Oh, it's your
it
force?
is very powerful, especially since he has those force tokens.
Okay.
Alright,
So
Bobby decided to spend that that focus token rather than take the automatic damage. Oh, let's pull up our dice cam here.
Alright, so two hits.
Alright, looks like Armando Zamora rolled a hit focus blank and decided to re-roll that blank with Lone Wolf. Ooh, and a blank out from Bobby. That looks like 2 damage going into Iman Azamin.
Good thing we used the focus, man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Whisper, I don't think has the shot. No, that's out.
Alright, so it goes to Nim, which doesn't have anything. Iman.
Alright, no shots from Whisper or Nim. Iman, no shots either. Everything's just out of arc. However, Captain Seavor has Rack at range 3. Was that an obstructed shot, though?
No.
It's looking like it's not obstructed.
Alright, I'm gonna jam him.
So range 3 unobstructed.
I'm in your bullseye, right? So I don't think you can.
Oh, is that? No.
Or I have to be in your. You have to be in my bullseye,
Yeah.
right? Okay, never mind. Okay. So jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so he's using his pilot ability to jam
Not that it really matters, but.
Rack. It won't matter, but it's a pilot ability, and you don't want to forget it. It's good repetition. Oh, looks like we have 2 blanks from Captain Seavor. Armando opting not to roll, even though technically he is supposed to.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the cloak.
Man, that's 4 blanks.
I'm gonna recharge my focus and my charge and my.
Okay, so Armando at the end of the combat, at the end of engagement, he cloaked with Whisper by spending that evade token, and he recharged his force tokens. Now we are back to the planning phase. A lot of thought going into this. Players taking a lot of time to choose their maneuvers. Okay, it looks like dials are finally down.
Right.
And
Systems?
system phase.
Go ahead.
Ooh. Bobby Sanchez considering his first bomb drop of the game. Ooh, just a straight one bomb drop. Okay.
Seismic.
A seismic torpedo. That's a nice placement of it. There's a lot of options there with the two different asteroids within range 1.
Okay. And then what's the name? Nothing?
Okay. My decloak?
Yeah.
Gonna pop a forward 2.
Okay, Whisper decloaking 2 forward.
Making an evade. Okay.
Alright, he took his evade.
Hard 3.
Ooh, a hard 3 from Captain Seaborn.
Can you hold mine? Or hold them on? Or, yeah, mark.
You want to mark him on the back right there?
We are marking Iman Azamine to get the right angle on this
Go ahead and redo the bomber.
hard
Make
3.
sure it's in a good spot. Okay, hold
Well,
on.
it's where the bomb is. Okay.
Okay.
So we have it with the bomb.
Okay. So you want to pick him up?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Players are deciding to use the bomb to place Iman back on the map accurately.
Okay. So go ahead and use the one.
A bit of an unconventional way to mark a ship, but it's effective.
Yeah. Focus.
Alright, Captain Seaboard taking a focus action.
Alright.
Trying to make sure he's a little defended and not taking any unanswered shots.
Probably should have just marked.
Mark Seaborn?
Yeah. Bobby Sanchez playing leapfrog with his ships. First he marks him on, now he's marking Captain Seaborn. Bit of a disengage from Bobby. But he does have that back arc to still try to get some shots off.
Focus.
Iman taking a focus action also.
And 3 bank, which I didn't think was going to be.
Nim coming in with a 3 bank. That could very likely be a bump. It is a bump, but that's not a bad spot to be for next round.
No.
It's good.
No bump.
No bump.
No bump.
No bump. Oh, I stand corrected. So what action are we going to see out of Nim here? His arc is facing forward, I would assume. It is a bit slanted there. Okay, Nim's arc is facing out from the right side of his ship. And he took a focus action.
Can you do a one bank with rack?
We got a one bank out of the decimator, moving nice and slow,
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to
trying
grab
to take advantage of that side to side arc he's got set up right now.
Um, reinforce the back then, I guess. I think I only have a shot on seaboard. And if I focus with target lock, I'm just gonna strip it.
Alright,
Actually,
so
strip this too, right?
Yeah, strip it.
Yeah, strip all your tokens. Alright.
so Captain Seavor will likely strip this token, but Armando decided to reinforce the back.
Okay. Oh, whisper. Hard one.
Ooh, a hard one from Whisper. Looks like he's gonna have two shots coming into Captain Seavor this time.
I'll take focus.
And Whisper deciding to take a focus action.
Alright. Okay.
Bomb.
Yep.
Okay, the bomb is going off at the end of the activation phase.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we can check all bombs, right?
You pick one obstacle first.
I can check which obstacle.
You can select which obstacles you want, and then from there, that's when we.
Well, let's see what obstacles I have. Okay,
You're checking which asteroids are in range 1 of it.
Okay, so just the rack.
So he opted to remove the obstacle closest to Rack, and Rack suffers 1 damage.
Okay. Alright, so that's it.
So I'm gonna start with rack. It does.
Oh, it goes to my name. Yeah, that's right.
So Nim.
So Nim is up to shoot first. He unfortunately does not look like he's got range on anybody.
So rack is a range 3. Okay. To Seaboard. And then I'm gonna check if I have lone wolf.
Okay, so Rack is taking a range 3 shot to Captain Seavor, and unfortunately it looks like his lone wolf is not active.
Is his ability active?
His ability is active, yes.
So it doesn't have to be 1 to 2?
As long as I'm reinforced and you're in that reinforced area, I get a focus into a crit. Which you are in the reinforce. You're in the back. Because the line would be.
I'll go ahead and jam.
So jam it? Yeah. Okay.
Alright, Captain Seavor deciding to jam Rack on this shot in order to get rid of that reinforce and shut down his ability to turn a focus into a crit while you are in the reinforced area.
I have the green dice here. We're sharing. I thought we were sharing the dice.
Alright, bringing up the dice king.
2.
Looks like 2 hits from Rack.
2.
Ooh. Natural evades from Bobby. No damage into Captain Seavor.
Okay, so whisper. This looks like a range 2.
Alright, they're just trying to figure out the range here. It looks very close between a 2 and a 3.
Is that the closest? Yeah.
Alright, they have determined
Two.
it is a range 2
Range 3.
to Seavor or a range 3 to Iman Azami.
Oh. Hotshot co-pilot. Hotshot gunner. So that's stripped. Because after you perform a crit attack, after the modified event dice step, the defender moves 1 focus or calculate.
You're already on whisper.
It's casual, man.
Alright, so
Hey man, I'm getting ready for 3.
we have a missed opportunity from Armando Zamora with Hotshot Gunner. Hotshot Gunners actually stripped the focus off of Captain Seavor, and a bit of a dispute between the players whether or not they should go back and allow that to happen since Armando was already choosing a target with Whisper. But they've decided to keep the game pretty casual and go ahead and let Armando take that focus after all, even though he forgot that with Rat.
Okay, I'll juke one.
Natties!
Alright, you're still gonna get it.
Okay, so a hit crit was rolled from Whisper, and we had 3 natural evades
So it's all you.
from Captain Seavor, who just does not want to get hit today.
Range 3. Unobstructed.
Alright, we have a range 3 unobstructed from Iman to Whisper. Woo. 2 hits on the focus. Bobby went ahead and spent that focus.
Force.
Whisper spending his force, since it was a blank focus evade, and trying to decide if he wants to spend that evade token. He likes to hold on to his evade tokens in order to cloak at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Not an easy decision to make since he is facing an asteroid.
I'll spend it.
Alright, he opted to spend it and take no damage. Better safe than sorry.
Nothing?
So nothing. No. So I lose my.
No damage that round, but some great flying and some hot dice from Bobby.
Was on death.
Well, that's not true. Death did take a damage. Wasn't in the engagement phase, but it's still some progress. Let me go ahead and update that on our update machine. Alright, looks like we are back to maneuvers. Bobby Sanchez with Nim's dial down early. He is ready. He knows exactly what he wants to do with Nim. Well, he's rethinking it now. He picked it back up, but can never be too sure.
Roll good at recheck.
Seavor's dial's down and the Dess's dial is down. It's going to be very interesting to see what Whisper does this turn since it is not cloaked.
Casual, right?
So why?
Senior? Yeah, senior's a good one.
Since they're playing casual, Bobby went back a little bit and made sure he flipped his charges for abilities, for Seavor's ability specifically.
Damn, I gotta remember what I had, man. I don't even know.
There is a lot to remember on these lists, especially with all the charges on those bombs, and the force charges for Armando.
Doesn't matter which cup. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, all dials are down.
Okay.
During the activation phase, we have a seismic being dropped from Iman Azmin.
No, it's gonna be a long thing.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
Doesn't really matter, but yeah.
He is actually deciding to drop that as a 3 straight. That is his pilot ability, and it is a lot of fun to drop those bombs unpredictably.
Okay.
Another seismic bomb. Seismic charge? So that is both seismic charges spent from Iman Azumi.
Alright. Nim?
Nothing.
Okay. I can't decloak, so it goes to.
Alright. No decloak from Whisper this time, so we are at
3K?
Captain Seavor, who's doing a 3K.
Fire spray. Talon 3.
Ooh, we have a 3 Talon roll out of the fire spray.
I don't think I put left.
Bobby Sanchez working to turn all these ships around.
Tom?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
This is middle right here.
Alright, go closest.
Alright, he's opted to bring that Talon roll up as close to the other ships as he can, trying to make sure he can get back in the fight quickly.
Can you put one of the ships inside?
Okay, so we have the stress on Seavor and Iman
And
Azumi.
Nim. Just going 3 straight.
Ooh, and a 3 straight out of Nim.
I'm doing it right here now.
Ooh, another close miss from Nim. He likes to fly very close to his other friendly ships.
Alright.
Keep them on their toes.
Can we pop a hard 3 with the desk and just grab out of the post?
We have a hard 3 out of the decimator.
You know the Astro?
Yeah. Might hit it.
Ooh, looks like he does not bump any asteroids. Very close though.
Well, good fun, though.
Some good flying out of both players. Well, we'll see what happens with Whisper.
We'll see what's going on.
The sound? Dude, remember engine upgrade on large ships?
Oh, the glory days of engine upgrade on large ships. Would have been nice right now.
I will reinforce the.
I'm on the right side, Bobby. And my side over here.
I'm gonna grab the target lock. I'm gonna see if I can grab the lock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna grab on it. This is gonna be my lock. Hard 2. I wanted to see what hard 3 will fit. Can I check?
Alright. Armando has dialed in a hard 2,
Really
but he went ahead and checked the hard 3 because he was really on the fence between the two. It is a casual game, so he just wanted to see what it would be. He is committed to what he actually revealed from his dial. Not bad though, he has dodged the rock, but will he be able to dodge that seismic? Barrel rolling to do his best to get out of range of that seismic torpedo. We will see if it is enough.
I'm thinking about holding.
So Bobby Sanchez has the option to hold it with Nim's ability. He's taking a close look, trying to see if it's worth it to blow it up and try to catch Whisper. He does have ablative plating on Nim, so he might not take any damage. Or he won't take any damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
He's just not sure if he wants to.
So what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna blow it up.
Okay.
Alright, he has decided to blow it up.
Oh, shit. Well, it's the asteroid anyways.
Yeah.
So let's check that range from Whisper to the asteroid.
This is out.
It is just out.
Okay. So Whisper's out.
And ablative.
Right.
Ablative, and it doesn't hit Seagull. My bad.
Alright, so Nim is the only one that suffers from it, but he has ablative plating.
Alright, so Nim. Check the distance to Nim.
Well, Yeah, that's right. Never treats. My bad. You have a primary, which is out, alright? Or you have
Dorsal, which
our
is 1 to 2.
dorsal, which is 1 to 2.
All right. So Whisper was out of Nim's front arc and beyond range 2 of his dorsal turret, so no shots from Nim this turn.
Right? Look at the straight edge.
Corner.
Yeah. Look at the straight edge.
It looks like Rack has range 3 shot to Nim. His arc is still side to side, and he did take a target lock as his action. Lone Wolf is active, however, so he may not have to spend that target lock. Now, pulling up the dice cam for these guys.
Alright. I'm gonna lone wolf this.
Okay, he rolled a hit crit, so he's going to Lone Wolf the blank. Ooh, rolled into a blank. So hit crit from Death. Ooh, natural evades from Nim. Looks like Bobby Sanchez is making up for all those blanks he rolled at the beginning of the stream.
I don't think no shots.
No. Well,
And then Captain Seaver. Maybe?
maybe.
Maybe.
Alright, players are marking Nim to see if Captain Seaboard has a way to reach Whisper. Looks like it is just beyond range 3. So that would be the end of the engagement phase.
Okay, I'm gonna recharge lone wolf.
Players remembering to recharge their abilities and returning to the maneuver. Choosing. Alright, we have a dial down for the deaths, Nim and Captain Seavor. Just deciding on what to do with Whisper and Iman Azamine. Now, Iman and Seavor are both stressed, so they will probably be looking to clear that stress this time around.
System.
Nothing.
Okay.
Both players deciding not to use any of their system phase abilities.
3 straight?
We have a 3 straight out of Captain Seavor, trying to clear that stress and get it back into the fray. And he's taking a focus action.
Alright, Iman? One bank?
Iman doing a 1 bank up towards the top of our screen there. Clearing that stress.
Okay.
And he is reloading one of his seismic charges. Looking to take all of those.
That's what the title does. Title. He doesn't have natural load, it's the title.
He does not have a natural reload action, but his title, the Andrasta title,
Oh, sorry.
adds that action for him. We have a hard 2 out of Captain Nim. Trying to finally get some shots off. And a focus action out of Nim.
You focused? Yeah, okay. There's gonna be a 2 straight.
2 straight from the Decimator. Just moving along nice and slow, taking advantage of that side arc.
By the shaft.
Okay. Let's think.
Decimator deciding to reinforce the back with his action.
Whisper, can you do a 3 bank?
Alright. Whisper is doing a 3 bank, trying to put some space between him and those arcs. Or her, actually. Whisper is a female pilot, is it not? Mondo?
Yeah, Whisper's a girl.
Whisper is a girl pilot, so she is trying to get out of there.
Can you do one straight boost? I'm gonna go ahead and pop a charge on afterburners.
Okay, since Whisper did a 3 bank, she is able to pop a charge on afterburners to get that boost.
And then I'm gonna take a cloak. Well, I can take a egg.
Now for her action, Armando decided to cloak.
Okay. So let's go to Nim.
Okay.
Okay, so Captain Nim is first up to fire.
Okay, range 3. Let's go to range 3.
Okay.
Alright, he's taking a range 3 shot to Whisper. That will be plenty of green dice coming from Whisper. Alright, so Bobby bringing out his dice cup.
Alright.
And he rolled 1 hit.
One bit.
And 1 evade from Whisper. Not the best dice rolls, but it was enough.
Okay. Rack City. We'll do Whisper, nothing. Rack City has a range 3 shot. And we're gonna do that.
Okay. So
Alright, we have a range 3 shot from Rack
Yes, I do.
to Nim. Lone Wolf is active.
I'm gonna use Lone Wolf. Pop a charge on
2 hits and a blank. Lone Wolf is being used. Oh, another blank.
Top focus.
Okay.
Alright, Nim spending his focus to take no damage.
No, take 1 damage.
Oh, to take 1 damage.
Right, because you got 2 hits.
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah, so I dodge 1.
Alright, so Nim dodged 1 and he's going to take 1.
These are wishes.
Okay.
Alright, so receiver. Then.
Alright, players are checking Arc to see if Captain Seavor has
Alright, let's go after the death.
the Decimator. It looks like he does. He is going to jam him with his pilot ability to remove that reinforce.
Focus.
Okay.
Alright.
So 2.
Yeah.
Oh, moving the dice box a bit.
Awesome. Let me fix it.
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna regain my charge.
Alright. Players are in the end phase, regaining their charges. Alright, Bobby Sanchez is very sure what he wants to do with Captain Seavor. He set that dial quickly. Armando, not even looking through his maneuvers on his dial, he is deep in thought. Nim is set. He knows what he wants to do. He's going to come in chasing Whisper.
Okay, give me the disarm token.
And Iman just working to get back into this fight. Alright, I had to just double check on the health count on our ships. Rack has 13 hull and 1 shield remaining. Whisper is untouched. Nim has lost 1 shield, so he has 6 hull and 3 shields remaining. Iman has lost 2 shields, so he has 6 hull and 2 shields remaining. And Captain Seavor is untouched, but he only has 3 hull, so he can at any moment be out of this game.
Oop. Never seen that. Hey, go to stream.
Alright, looks like Armando and Bob are done. Oh no, Bob still has Nim's dial. Oh, okay, wait. Alright, our players are set. We have entered the
Okay. System?
Yeah,
system
nothing.
phase.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Can you boost me a 2-4?
Bobby has decided not to drop any bombs during this system phase. And Armando has decided to decloak 2 forward. He has taken his evade action after he decloaked.
R2?
We have a hard 2 out of Captain Seavor. The maneuver that Bobby Sanchez was very sure that he wanted to do.
No.
Captain Seavor coming in trying to just be a thorn in that decimator's side.
One, hard one.
We have a hard one out of Amon. Trying to get some arcs turned around.
Reloading.
And he's decided to reload again, taking a weapons disabled, but now both of his seismic charges are active again.
Oh, sorry. And R2?
And we have a hard 2 out of Captain Nim. Looks like he has decided to change targets a bit and shoot at this decimator.
Focus. Just focus.
Okay.
That is not a bad strategy considering there is only 24 minutes remaining in this game.
Can you check it?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Check it.
Yeah, man.
I was a little worried,
If
man.
you did a 4K, that's what it was.
The angle was weird, so I was kind of worried.
Alright.
Alright, we have a 3 bank out of Whisper.
I'm gonna go ahead and just take a focus, I guess.
Okay.
And then can you do a hard 3?
A hard 3 out of the decimator, trying to bug out a little bit and not take any range 1 shots.
Sorry.
Armando Zamora trying to decide which action to take.
I'll take the arc rotate.
Alright, he has opted to rotate his arc
Okay.
to face the front and
So,
back.
Start engagement phase.
Alright.
I'm gonna keep. Actually, I'm gonna see about spending a force on Vader to check Captain Seaver.
Alright, starting the engagement phase. Armando is checking range.
Okay, so you either drop the focus
And
or
he has range.
you take a damage.
from the Decimator to Vader to Seavor to activate Vader. Bobby Sanchez deciding to lose that focus in order not to take a damage.
Restrict the range.
Alright. Captain Nim is up first. He's checking range to the Decimator. Alright, looks like a range 3 shot from Nim to the Decimator. He's using the primary weapon. And let's pull up our dice camera. Bobby Sanchez using a dice cup.
Focus.
Alright, so 2 hits from Nim. Decimator has 1 dice. Normally 0, but the range 3. Alright, he has evaded 1. He will take 1. That is all shields off of the Decimator.
Goes to Whisper, nothing. So, should be a range 3 shot back to Nim.
No shot from Whisper, but the Decimator will return fire to Nim. Lone Wolf is active.
Spin a lock.
Alright, the Decimator finally spending that lock he has had on Nim for a few rounds.
Alright, 3.
That was a good spend of the lock. 3 hits. And they have moved our dice
Alright, so 1, 2.
box one more time. Nim taking 2 damage.
Okay. Seaver, range 2.
We have 1 shield remaining on Nim. We have a range 2 from Captain Seaboard to the Decimator.
2 hits.
Ooh, 2 hits. The Decimator has no defense dice to answer that.
All the damage has been from Seaver.
Alright, so that is 2 hull damage. We have 11 hull remaining on the Decimator. That is a beefy ship.
Okay, so, no shots? Right, nothing. Okay.
Iman has a weapons disabled, so there are no shots coming from him.
Can you give me the
I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna spend this.
Alright, so at the end of the round, they are recharging their charges and deciding if they want to cloak.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this.
Alright, Whisper has decided to cloak. So quite a bit of damage was done that last round. We have 1 shield remaining on Nim, 6 hull. Iman still hasn't taken any damage in the last few rounds, so he's still at 2 shields and 6 hull. Seavor is still untouched, and the Decimator has no shields and 11 hull remaining.
How much to get in a half?
We need 9 damage total.
So I've done
4, 5, 6.
So 3 more.
Alright, so 3 damage until the Decimator is at half points, and 2 damage until Nim is at half points, I believe. What's the threshold for half points on
10.
Nim?
So
5?
yeah, it needs to do 2 more hits.
Alright, so 2 hits to half Nim, and 3 hits to half the Decimator. Decimator is worth quite a bit more, so in the event that half points are reached on the Decimator, Bobby Sanchez will be in the lead. Right now, we have no points on either side, and 18 minutes remaining in this game. So the only dial we are waiting on now. Oh, all right, it's ready. System phase.
Nothing and
All right, Bobby Sanchez not doing anything.
2 forward. Yeah.
And we have a decloak 2 forward from Whisper.
Okay.
And Whisper has taken the evade action off of that decloak.
So Seaver, the hard one.
We have a hard one out of Captain Seaborn. That does not quite get him out of Nim's way. I'm curious to see what Bobby has done with Nim. We have learned so far in this match, though, that Nim likes to fly very close to his friendly ships. Iman coming in quick with the 4 straight, trying to get back into this fight.
Another 1 bank.
Alright. We have a 1 bank boost out of Iman. Coming in quick.
And messed up here. There's going to be a little deeper in 3 bank. 3 bank.
We have a 3 bank out of Nim. Looks like Nim will finally bump into his friendly ships. Was that boost stressful for Iman? No? Very nice. White boost.
He's got to focus watching that.
Players just making sure that the focus that Captain Seaboard took is not hidden under Nim. Nim will get no action since he bumped.
Can you pop Whisper first?
Alright, Armando deciding to move Whisper first. Ooh, 3k. Getting turned around and getting stressed.
And Desi.
Can you pop a boost with afterburners?
Ooh, afterburners boost.
A 1 bank towards the center map.
From Whisper, trying to come in and get arc on Captain Seymour or Nim.
Okay, so that's it for after?
Yeah.
That was the last charge on afterburners.
And, this is a hard 2.
At a hard 2 out of the decimator. Trying to get turned around.
Okay.
I'm going to take a rotate.
Alright. Armando rotating that decimator's arc from side to side.
Okay. Alright.
So, start of engagement.
Okay.
Starting the engagement, Armando's deciding whether or not he'd like to spend Vader to strip that focus token off of Seaborn.
Or he wants to use it for that mod. That force mod.
Yeah, it's a big decision to make. 13 minutes remaining in this round of play.
I'm going to go ahead and
Or defense.
I'm going to save it.
Save it.
Alright, Armando opting to save
So Nim.
his charge with Vader so he can use that
Nim.
force charge
Let's check.
during these dice rolls.
Range 3 obstructed.
I think our closest is here.
Well,
Alright, players determining the obstruction.
Judge.
I think it's here.
It's definitely a range 3.
Yeah, I think it's
here. I think we're closer here.
And it looks like the front end of the decimator is the closest point. So, oh, a little bump on Seaborn.
But no Whisper.
So, no obstruction from Nim, and he does not have range to Whisper, so he will take a range 3 unobstructed to the decimator.
I forgot. Already, did I do anything?
You decided not to. You're like thinking.
I had administered 2, my bad. I have another card that actually.
Oh, Armando realizing he missed a opportunity, so they're going back. Alright, he has decided not to use it. He administered to decided he did not want to use it.
I guess the range 3 then.
Yeah, I'll just bite the bullet on it. That's my fault.
Alright. Bobby loading up his dice cup. Alright, One hit from Nim. Ooh.
Okay.
No evade, so that is another damage on the desk.
Alright, so goes to Des.
There's 2 more until half on the desk.
That was a range 3 we said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take their shot on Nim.
Alright, Decimator returning fire, range 3 to Nim.
You got 2 forces?
I have one.
Oh. Wait, what do you have one? Who's Minister Tua?
Minister Tua is a non-force crew. I get to do a reinforce at the start of the game.
Yeah, but it's a red, right?
Yeah, it's red.
Oh, okay, alright.
Which I should have done, but I messed up. Alright, hit crit.
Alright, a hit crit from the desk. Ooh, and blank out from Nim.
That's 1. So that's a crit. That's already half. Damage engine.
Okay.
And Nim has suffered a crit. That is a damaged engine.
Can you check arcs with Whisper? See what if I hit.
Okay, that is half points on Nim. 38 points to Armando Zamora.
Okay, so I can.
There we go.
I'm sorry. So Captain Steven?
I'm gonna get jammed no matter what, right? Because you can attack me and jam me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lose that. That's gonna hurt.
Or just don't attack?
No, because then you'll just do it when you shoot me. Because I'm in arc. I'm like positive I'm in arc.
Alright, Armando Zamora deciding if he wants to take a shot
So I'll take the
at
shot.
Captain Seaboard.
Yeah, jam.
Yeah, jam. Okay, so can you drop the evade?
Alright, Captain Seaboard jamming that evade away from Whisper.
Is that range 3? Yeah, I'm gonna roll 3.
A range 3 shot. Let me get this dice team out.
That's a 4. That's range 3.
Good. I'm gonna eat them off. I'm gonna stay there with 2.
Alright, 2 damage from Whisper. Ooh.
Oh,
1 going through.
That crit would have been nice.
Armando Zamora regretting not spending that force charge.
But I'm scared on defense.
Alright. Amon? Actually, I doubt, but check out.
Alright, checking range from Iman. Nope, just out.
Alright, so Captain Steven range 3.
Range 3 from Captain Seaboard.
So I moved it to another one.
Yes, he did. So, ooh, 2 hits from Captain Seaboard.
You need a courtesy too.
Ooh, 2 evades, no damage.
I should have fucking popped fifth. Damn it.
Okay, there's no wrong thing in playing defensively.
Alright, just making sure we have the health correct. There is 10 hull remaining on the decimator.
7 damage on rack. So 4 shields gone, 3 damage. 3 damage cards.
So 10 hull remaining.
So I guess yeah.
Okay, Whisper is untouched. Captain Nim is down to 5 hull remaining. Captain Seaboard has 2 hull remaining, so 1 more until half on Captain Seaboard. And Iman Azamin has 2 shields and 6 hull remaining.
So it's 5 on Nim, right? You said?
Yeah, that's half.
Yeah, Nim is at half, 1 more till half on Seaboard, 2 more until half on the decimator.
What are the blues on Whisper? Oh, you sure? Yeah.
Alright, Bobby Sanchez taking a look at Whisper's dial, trying to figure out what his blue maneuvers are. Seeing what options Armando has. Both players trying to make this next round count. The clock is ticking away quickly, and Bobby is hurting for some points. Armando trying to find the best way to get those half points on Seavor without giving up half points on the decimator.
gonna disco 4 straight?
Yes.
Alright, Bobby Sanchez still choosing his maneuvers. The damaged engine on Nim will really limit his maneuvers this next round.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoa,
Like
whoa.
weird.
Bobby Sanchez almost looking at Whisper's dial.
Sorry.
He was so focused on these maneuvers he didn't realize what he was reaching for.
I didn't do sorry.
He claims not to have seen the maneuver, and we're going to go ahead and let it slide. But I guess we know we've made it when we have people cheating on our stream.
Hey man. I'm sorry.
4 minutes remaining in the round. This may very well be our last round.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah. So system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
Okay. So go ahead.
Alright, nothing happening in the system phase.
R3.
Captain Seaboard doing a hard 3 towards the decimator. Trying to just gum up everything. Get in the way.
Okay.
Taking the focus action.
Alright. I'm on. 4 straight.
A 4 straight out of Iman Azmin. Trying to come in close, hoping for a range 1 shot on something.
Alright, then focus.
A focus action from Iman also.
And bank 1 from Nim.
A 1 bank out of Nim. Bobby looking to just get these arcs pointed in the right direction. Armando's kind of stuck in that corner there.
Alright, focus. That's well.
Alright. A focus from Nim as well.
Okay, that's me now.
That is it for Bobby's ships.
There you go.
Can you pop Whisper first?
Alright, Mondo deciding to move Whisper first.
3 straight.
Looks like we have a 3 straight out of Whisper.
Damn, man. For real?
Alright, ending up on that asteroid. However, he does have collision detector.
Does he? I will pop it.
Alright, he is spending a charge on collision detector
That's good.
to not suffer from the obstruction he just overlapped.
Yeah, I didn't know you. That's good. I'm gonna take a focus. How much you gonna have?
She needs 3.
3 damage?
Yeah. 5 left on him, right?
5 health remaining on
Yep. I'm
him.
gonna take a focus.
Whisper is taking a focus action. So the collision detector only lasts for the phase. So if Armando wants to get a shot, he will have to spend his last charge during the engagement phase
Oh, for real?
on collision detector.
What is it?
Clean.
Alright, the decimator did a 1 forward, and it was a clean maneuver, no bump.
I'm gonna take a target lock.
Alright, decimator deciding to take a target lock
Nim.
on Nim. Armando looking to get Nim off the board.
Okay, goes to start of engagement phase.
Alright.
Start of the engagement phase.
I'm gonna pop Vader, so 1 to 2, and I'm gonna pop it on Nim.
Right?
You either drop that or you take a damage.
Armando forcing Bobby to decide if he wants to lose a focus or take a damage with Vader. And Bobby has decided to take the damage.
Okay. So I also have another ability at start of engagement phase. I'm gonna take a red reinforce out the front and take a stress with Minister Tua,
Alright.
and it's a reinforce up.
Also at the beginning of the engagement phase, Armando has decided to take a red reinforce action with Minister Tua.
Alright. So what do you have? What's the mod on? It's a focus.
And force.
I'm gonna go with the
You
range
used your force,
one
didn't you?
to whisper.
Oh.
For Nim.
Nim taking the range one shot to Whisper. Let me get this dice pen up.
Three.
Okay.
3 hits from Nim to Whisper. Ooh, a blank out from Armando Zamora. That is half points on Whisper.
1, 2, and 3.
That was 3 damage, right? Was that a face down card?
Yeah, face down. Okay.
Gotta get some points somewhere.
Well.
Alright, so currently Bobby Sanchez is in the lead with 40 points.
So range 1 with Whisper. Well, actually, check.
You have to spend your charge if you want to do this, right?
What? No, it's for the whole round.
No, is it?
Yeah, I think it's the whole round.
So ignore its effects until the end of the round. Yeah. Mana charge
Okay.
effects to the end of the round. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 4.
Alright, so Bobby Sanchez just got half points on Whisper with a shot from Nim, and Whisper is now returning fire.
I'll spend Fifth Brother to make it a crit.
And those are
So
some
2
hot
hits,
dice.
2 crits.
2 hits and 2 crits from Whisper.
Alright.
1 evade.
Hit, crit, crit.
Hit, crit, crit.
Alright, this could be it. Hit. Hull breach. Damage sensor.
Alright, so a hull breach and a damage sensor array were the 2 crits. 1 hole is left.
Is that even a range 1 with this dude here? I don't think so, right? Rack 2.
That's 2.
Is it 2?
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay.
Alright, a range 2 from Rack to
I'm
Nim.
gonna go ahead and roll 3 then.
3 dice from Rack to Nim.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend. I don't have any force, right?
You
So
used Vader
Yeah, I
already.
used Vader.
Okay. And I can't. You're in the back, so I'm gonna spend the lock.
Alright, Armando spending the lock that he has on Nim to reroll those dice.
Okay, so 2.
2 hits.
That's it.
That will be a dead Nim.
Yep.
Alright. So 2 more damage into Nim. And he is off the map.
2.
So currently Armando Zamora has 75 points and Bobby has 40.
Alright.
If
Range 1 with Amon.
If this range 1 shot from Iman to the desk gets half points, Bobby will win this game.
Timer? Oh, wow. How much to get him half?
2?
It's 2 damage?
You have 4, 5, 6, 7, and you need 9.
So if Bobby can put 2 damage through him. Alright, so 4 damage to the decimator.
And 3.
Oh, the reinforce takes away 1, so 3 damage on the decimator.
3. There you go. Yeah, that was a good game.
Alright,
I wish
that is our game.
Whisper.
Dude, yeah, that.
Because
Armando Zamora just barely giving the match up to Bobby. Bobby scoring 98 points and Armando Zamora scoring 75.
Didn't use any bombs on him.
Yeah, for a bombing list, Bobby was not able to get off many bombs, but the ones he did get off were almost effective. One of them was effective. But a good match from both of our players. Some good flying.
He was just going. You can stop streaming, bro. Good stuff. Thanks. We're gonna do round 2?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I gotta take off.
You cool with that, Melissa?
I have to go. What time is it?
It is 1 a.m., 12:52.
Let's go more, man. It's your birthday.
Not anymore.
Fuck, man.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, my birthday's done.
Oh, like up.
Oh man, I do not like commentating. It is pretty late. I'm cool if we don't play. I would like to play, but we don't have to.
gonna do one more before the stream?
I'm not.
I can't. Have to be a good boy to them.
Yeah, man.
Have to be a good boy to them.
So you can go.
So you can go.
How do we add a timer to our Twitch broadcasts?
Should be in
I don't
profile.
know how to use Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch.
You should just go to like profile settings and it should tell you.
Damn, man, 9875, man. Shit.
Yeah.
And you could also use the charges. You know that on the screen.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
That's all I work out.
I had trouble keeping track of the health, man.
I know. We should tell you. We should tell you.
Yeah, because it wasn't all during combat.
Yeah, man. You messed up Nim at the end.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was trying to get
That was some hot dice, man.
Yeah, dude.
Was whispering?
I figured if I just go in and take shots on him, I could
Yeah.
probably get it. I was really banking. I should have probably evaded then with Whisper. I was banking on it, man. I'm like,
Yeah, they've been forever.
if I just go all offense, maybe
Well, that one
I can
evade,
take him
yeah.
out.
You blinked out. That one evade would have made him so clean.
Yeah.
Literally, that was a perfect. I rolled 3 hits.
Because I had a focus. I'm like, nah, maybe I can get away with it. Because I had a focus and a calculate or the
Hey, man.
reinforce.
And same thing with Seaver, man. I rolled 4 dice. 3 of them were blanks. Happens. Yeah, I know, man. But it was good.
So, we gonna play another one, you think?
No, man. It is getting late, dude. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I thought you were the one upset.
It's late, man.
Dude, I thought we were gonna do like a 12. It's 1.
Dude, we started at